What's going on, traders? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're doing well. I haven't posted in 2 days because I've been super busy with some in-house training, which was 2 absolutely epic days, to say the least. But I'm back and I'm going to just talk on the subject of patience, really. And I guess most of you are about to click off now because you want to come in for entries. I will talk about entries for sure. But the point is this: most of you traders are in the situation that you're in because you lack patience. And the difference between probably what I do as a trader and other consistent and profitable traders are doing is that I'm taking high probability setups and you're taking setups every single day just for the sake of trading. And that is what I want to address today, to be brutally honest with you, because I think this week has been an absolute fine example of a really good week, but at the same time, a tough week to trade, but with tradable opportunities available for all of you to take if you were just that little bit more patient. So I'm going to go over 3 examples with you and break down the thought process behind how they played out, how you could have got into these trades. And there'll be 3 different entry criterias or types, should I say, that you can either adopt or you have already adopted. Then you can just see a couple of examples of how they played out. And then this is really good, obviously, for your pattern recognition and for you to be able to identify these potential trades when they do develop in the future. Never forsake the fact that past events will always repeat itself in the very near future. So if you familiarize yourself with them, then obviously the better the chances are that you will recognize them. And I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you've seen, let's say, a yellow Ferrari, and you saw it down the street as you was walking to the shops, and you was like, "Oh, I don't see these often." And then all of a sudden you start to see yellow Ferraris everywhere. Now, this is not literal, but I'm sure you know what I mean. If you make yourself aware to something, you're more likely to recognize it in the near future if you wasn't aware of it in the first place. So that's the whole point in the exercise or the process that we're about to go through now. I just want to say welcome to the channel. If you're new, please subscribe if you do enjoy the videos and the content on my channel. Turn on notifications and please hit that like button for me, traders. That's all I ask for you, ask from you, just to hit that like button for me for the YouTube algorithm. And without further ado, let's get into this. So here we have in front of us our first chart, which is on USD Swiss franc. Now, this was a trade that you could have taken on Monday. Now, Monday was a very slow day. However, from the London session, we was able to identify that Swiss franc was showing signs of weakness. Now, what that simply means is that if Swiss franc is on the right and it's strong, it's more likely to push bearish. Whereas if USD dollar is on the left, or anything on the left, should I say, is more likely to push bullish, indicating dollar strength. Now, dollar wasn't necessarily strong per se. It was more the fact that Swiss franc was weak, and that is why we had this big move to the upside. Now, what we try and do as traders is we try to find confluences to add to our potential trading setups to give it just that little bit more of a possibility of winning, or increase the possibility of winning. And that is what we call our edge in trading. So when we take a look at pound Swiss franc, which we're not going to do, I'll leave that down to you. But on the same day, at the same time, we had the same behavioral pattern, which was an added confluence that Swiss franc was weak and there was a high chance that price was going to push bullish. Now, what we're looking for here, traders, is we're looking for a signal. The point is this: I said we're going to be speaking about patience, which I'll refer back to in a second. But the point I'm trying to make here is looking for the confirmations and confluences to take this trade with confidence and have faith that it is more likely to go up. The first point that we're looking at here is that price closed above a level in the market where it failed to break above for a very long period of time. So you can clearly see that 92.52 was holding for a very substantial amount of time. Eventually, at 6 a.m. close and the new 6 a.m. open, we had a bullish close above structure. Once you have that information, you have to scale to other time frames to get the sentiment of the markets to figure out if Swiss franc is weak, dollar is strong, and can you take the continued buys. That happened. Now, what we also got to take into consideration is this: whilst you're looking for a trade everywhere else across the market, you may want to be impulsively jumping into the pound buys, or you may want to be impulsively jumping into euro sells. The reason why patience is very important is because what you don't want to do as a trader is you don't want to say to yourself that it's time for me to trade because I've woken up, I've done my morning routine. Now it's time for me to sit down and just wait for the simple break and retest pattern and execute the trade. If you cannot add confluences to your trade, then it's an absolute waste of time. And if you are not searching or understanding the market sentiment clearly, then again, you will win trades, but you're not going to win them in the long run, or you're not going to maintain those profits. In this scenario, this was Monday. The point being, patience is going to happen, or we're going to start developing the story behind patience after this, because Monday, this was the only real opportunity that moved as substantial as it did. And as you can see here, we had a bullish close above. To enter this trade, you're just scaling down to your intraday timeframes, and you're looking for behavior that resembles either a intraday retest, an intraday trend to the upside, or a behavioral pattern where price is breaking, closing above structure, as you can see here. And then you're looking to isolate an area where you can anticipate price to break above in order to make a new higher high eventually, and then see the market continue bullish. So just a simple entry thought process that you can adopt if you want. If not, you can just ignore it. But here's where we talk about the patience. If you didn't take this trade on Monday, was there any real substantial opportunities for the rest of the day? There was one or two, but it wasn't clear cut, and you would have had to dig deep for it. So should you have continued trading? If this wasn't the trade you got into, probably not. But now you might be saying, well, I woke up after the weekend on Monday and I back tested 100 different trades and I looked over all my losses and I knew what I needed to look for, but still I didn't find a trade on Monday. Well, look here, you lost nothing. And even if you did take a trade that wasn't the winning trade on Monday, you should in theory just be down 1R. So let's move on to Tuesday. So here we're on pound USD. Now on Tuesday, this was the best move of the day. Pound weakness. Now, as you can clearly see here, we have an area in the market where price is starting to show signs of a structural higher, lower high. We also have a break and retest level here in the market where price broke, came back to, and now you can see from this level, we have a very substantial bearish candle to the downside, indicating that bearish momentum. Now, let's say you didn't get into USD Swiss franc on Monday. What do? You didn't take the trade. Or even better still, let's say you took a trade, but you lost. Or let's just say you're like the majority of traders and you took a trade, you took 2 or 3 trades and you lost. Now, you couldn't be patient enough. You didn't trust the process. You didn't follow your plan. And then you come into Tuesday. This was the best move on Tuesday, along with pound weakness. And here you can see we have structure that resembles bearish behavior. We also have pound weakness on Tuesday, a day after Monday, which was the USD Swiss franc. And now what can we do? We can scale down to our lower time frames and we can look at another entry technique. We have an intraday structure that resembles price pushing bearish. We have a level in the market where we isolate a structural low in anticipation of price creating what we call a push phase and exhaustion. And if price creates a lower high, what we anticipate is a new lower low. So what could we do in a scenario like this? Well, let's remove that. There's too much data on the screen. We simply wait for the continued momentum shift where price breaks the structural low, putting our stop loss above the lower high, and then targeting our trades. Now, some of you may have got into this trade. Some of you may have not. Some of you may still be brewing about Monday because you didn't get into USD Swiss franc, but rather you chase trades everywhere else. Again, lacking patience just to wait till a new day to come back. Now, while you're taking multiple trades left, right, and center, I'm waiting for high probability trades. I'm looking for a strong market sentiment, and I'm also looking for trades that fit my plan based on my risk management. And my risk management. So now let's say you messed up on Monday. When you come back Tuesday and you see, because you're a patient trader, you realize that there's trading opportunities to be taken. What does that start making you think about Monday? You start to regret. And that is something you don't want to be doing. So the point here is this. Did you need to do what you done on Monday? No, you didn't. Even though there was an amazing opportunity on Monday, it wasn't necessary, even if you took a loss or two, to go on then to revenge trade, to lose more, to chase trades, to whatever else, because Tuesday provided us an opportunity. Now, some of you might not be satisfied and you might be like, well, that's all easy because it's all in hindsight and you've pressed the replay button again, rocks and blah, 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 blah. Well, for you pessimists, let's move on to today, which is Wednesday, and talk about the best opportunity that you could have taken today. So now we've moved on to Wednesday. Now let's talk about the patient trader again. Monday, you didn't take USD Swiss franc and you took a loss here or there. Tuesday, you didn't take pound USD. You took a loss here or there. Now, the patient trader is in a position for when they take their next winning trade to either be in profit or to pull themselves back to break even. But for the majority of traders, you've absolutely screwed up on Monday and Tuesday, and now Wednesday, you don't even know whether you can trade or not. Well, look, today is Wednesday, the day that you should be watching this video, which is the 29th of the 9th, 2021. And look here, we have single time frame trading on the 5-minute time frame. And what can we see? We have structure in the market that's resembling bearish sentiment. We have levels in the market where price is respecting structure. We have patterns here that's resembling double tops in line with downtrends. And then we have a break of structure here with an absolutely beautiful crystal clear retest with a bearish candle close to the downside, stop loss above structure. And then what do we have here? An absolutely gorgeous 1-to-3 risk reward ratio trade. So the impatient trader on Monday messed up. The impatient trader on Tuesday also messed up, but the patient trader came back even after a loss here or there to then smash a 1-to-3 on Wednesday, because guess what? The markets will create trading opportunities as long as you're patient enough to wait for them. Why did this happen today? Euro was showing signs of weakness. Yen was showing signs of strength. Simple trading. Trust the process. And that is what I want to highlight to you today. For most of you, you're rushing, you're trying to pass your challenges, you're trying to make 10% a month, you're trying to build your small accounts, you're trying to be the best trader so you can post on social media and brag about how you got a massive 1-to-10 risk reward ratio trade, or you was the first in a reversal because you knew where all the orders were lying. Look, everyone is here to make money. Stop being the impatient trader and learn to be a patient trader. Monday, there will be trading opportunities. Tuesday, there'll be trading opportunities. Wednesday, there'll be trading opportunities, and Thursday and Friday. Some days you'll get into the right trades and other days you won't. But the more you chase those trades, you would only end up continuing to dig a bigger hole, and you will never be in a position where the clarity or your clarity is clear enough to be able to take advantage of absolutely gorgeous trades like this. Think about what I'm telling you. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button for me traders. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Turn on notifications. And until next time.